Hello student, I am Sarika Bhatnagar and today I am going to teach you quadratic equation. In this section, we will study about the introduction of quadratic equation, solution of quadratic equation by the method of factorization, completing the square and using quadratic formula. And in last we see the nature of roots. Now first we understand what is quadratic equation. A quadratic equation in variable x is the equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, c are the real numbers and a is not equal to 0. Because if a becomes 0, then our quadratic equation becomes linear equation. So it is very compulsory that a should not be equal to 0. For example, 2x square plus 7x plus 5 is equal to 0 is a quadratic equation. Here a is equal to 2, b is equal to 7 and c is equal to 5. In fact, any equation of the form px is equal to 0 where px is the polynomial of degree 2 is the quadratic equation. But when we write the term px in descending order of their degree, then we get standard form of the quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is the standard form of the quadratic equation. The quadratic equation involving the variable only in the second degree, that is ax square plus b is equal to 0, is a pure quadratic equation. Now we understand what is root zeros solution of the quadratic equation. Let ax square plus bx plus c be the quadratic equation. If alpha is the root of equation, it means x is equal to alpha. Satisfy this equation, that is a alpha square plus b alpha plus c is equal to 0. To understand this, we again consider the example. Let us consider the equation ax square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0, and we have to find that either 2 or minus 2 are root of the quadratic equation or not. Now to do this, we just put x is equal to 2 in the given equation. When we put 2 in the given equation, we get 4, that is not equal to 0. It means it not satisfy the equation, and that's why 2 is not the root of the equation. Now put x is equal to minus 2 in the given equation. When we put minus 2 in the given equation, we get the 0, that means it satisfied our equation. So minus 2 is the root of the equation. A quadratic equation has two roots. As the degree of quadratic equation is 2, that's why it has two roots. The roots may be real or may be not real. Now we understand how to find the quadratic roots of the quadratic equation. We find the root of quadratic equation by three methods: factorizing method, completing the square method and the quadratic formula. We understood one by one. First we understand that how we get the formula by factorization, how we get the solution by factorization method, that is splitting the middle term. To find the roots by this method, we follow main four steps. First, factorize the constant term of the given quadratic equation. Express the coefficient of middle term as the sum or difference of the factors obtained in step first. Clearly, the product of these two factors will be equal to the product of coefficient of x square and the constant term. Split the middle term in two parts obtained in step 2 and then factorize the quadratic equation obtained in step 3 by grouping method. So, to understand this, again we consider the formula, we consider an example, that is x square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Here we have the coefficient of x square is 1. So we just multiply 1 and 6, we get 6. Now make the factors of 6, that is 1 into 6 or 2 into 3. Now which one is to be considered as 1 or 6 or 2 or 6? It totally depends on the sign of the constant term. Here we see that the sign of the constant term is add, so we get the we split this by using the addition sign. So when we add 1 and 6, it is 7, and 2 and 3, it is 5. So we consider this only. Now write this equation like that: 2x plus 3x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now we get that now we solve it by grouping the method. The first group is x square plus 2x and the second group is 3x plus 6. Now taking common by distributive law, and we get the solution: x is equal to minus 3 and x is equal to minus 2, and these are the root of the quadratic equation. Now our second method is completing the square method. We may use the following step to obtain the roots of the quadratic equation using the completing the square method. Obtain the quadratic equation. Let the quadratic equation be this, right? Now make the coefficient of x square unity by dividing throughout it with a non-unity, that is obtain this one. Now shift the constant term c upon a on right hand side to get we get this. Now add square of half of the coefficient of x, that is b upon twice a whole square, on both the side. We obtain the equation like that. Now we see that it is automatically become the quadratic equation, that is x plus y whole square is equal to x square plus 2xy plus y square. We easily compare this equation by this identity, and we get x plus b upon twice a whole square is equal to b square minus 4 upon twice a. Now solve this for one time for addition and one time for subtraction, and we get the two roots. Again, to understand this, we consider the example. Take the equation 9x square minus 15x plus 16 is equal to 0. Here the coefficient of x square is 9. So our first step is make it unity. So we divide the whole equation by 9. We divide the whole equation by 9 and we get x square minus 5 upon 3 x plus 2 upon 3 is equal to 0. That is, this is our equation, right? Now we have to shift our constant term to right hand side. So we get x square minus 5x square minus 2 upon 3. Now we add both the side by b upon twice a whole square. Here b is equal to 15, twice a is equal to 9, and this is whole square. 3 and 5, that is 5 upon 6 whole square. If you want to consider the negative sign, you can, because I am not considering it as it. We know that the square of negative and positive, both the numbers are positive, so it is not necessary to consider it. That's why we just add or subtract by 5 upon 6 both the side. Now it become x minus 5 upon 3 whole square, means it become the square of x minus 5 upon 6. Now again solve it for one time for positive sign and another time for negative sign, and we get the solution. Now last, it is we solve the equation by quadratic formula. It is the simplest method to solve the quadratic equation. In this, ax square plus bx plus c is our quadratic equation, and we just put the value of a, b, c in the formula minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon twice a. Here again consider one root by addition and second by subtraction, and we just solve it. Here also consider the equation 2x square plus 5 upon root 5 root 3 x plus 6. Now compare the equation by ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Here a is equal to 2, b is equal to 5 root 3 and c is equal to 6. Now put one time by only adding and second time by subtracting. When we solve this, we get the both the roots. So it is the simplest way of to find the roots of the quadratic equation. Now last we discuss about the nature of roots. For this, first we understand what is discriminant. For the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, the expression b square minus 4ac, this expression we see in the quadratic formula minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon twice a. This is called the disk, and it is denoted by d. It helps to determine the nature of root for the given quadratic equation. Nature of roots we means that the roots are real or imaginary, right? So if the discriminant is greater than 0, then our roots are real and distinct. Distinct means unequal. And if d is perfect square, then then they are rational, and if d is not perfect square, then they are irrational. Now if discriminant is 0, then the roots are real and equal, and if the discriminant is less than 0, then no real roots, that is our complex root or imaginary roots are distinct. Means there is no real roots if discriminant is less than 0. Thank you.